Hello everyone, I'm back again. Excuse the lighting, it's probably not the best, and I'm still in my robe because I wanted to really share this with you guys. Some epiphanies that I had, so this is how you know it's for real because I wanted to jump on. So we just moved into this space. This just so happens to be a family home. My great grandfather owned this place, and it's still in our family. So nobody's been staying in this space for at least a year. So it's been pretty much vacant. So we moved in and maybe like a couple of nights ago, I started hearing ruffling sounds. And I'm like, oh no, that's a critter. And I ain't got time for that because I don't do that. And I woke my husband up and he was like, oh, that's a rat. I was like, He was like, yeah, I'm going to go get some traps for that so that we can catch them. So my husband went and got some traps. And literally 30 minutes after he put down the traps, the rat got caught. Let me tell you, this was a ratchet rat. This was a greedy rat because this rat, you know those little chapsticks that are like circular EOS. That thing nibbled on that. Was my husband left it on the floor, and he or she nibbled on it as if it was food. I was like, this thing was hungry because nobody was in this space. I was just like, oh no. So I was so thankful that my husband was able to um, get the traps, catch the rat, and we don't have that issue. However, we still on alert because we eat fresh foods, and I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. You have to keep your food out a little. We put it in spaces where they can't really reach it, where anything can't reach it, but still, we eat fresh foods. That's like, So yeah, but I'm so thankful that it was caught because I ain't got time to be up for that. Make sure I be really clean and clean up after myself, and just because I ain't got time for that. But there was a lesson in this. I asked my husband, so what's the lesson? What is the lesson behind this? And he told me, he was like, it's to be proactive. That's what he said, and to just stay on top of things and to nip things in the bud from the beginning. And I was like, absolutely, that's what I felt. Doesn't it feel good when you're proactive about something and you get the issue resolved immediately? And I just think about how the rats tend to hoard things. They like to hoard food, and rats also like to yeah, they're hoarding. They like to hoard foods. So when I think about that, I think of thoughts and how, and so many times in my life, how I have accumulated all kind of thoughts in my mind, consciously and unconsciously, belief systems, unconsciously and consciously, they're seeping into my mind, and I'm not even aware of it, or I'm aware of it, but not making any changes to recreate what I truly desire. So, with that being said, this was just a reminder to be more conscious and mindful of my thoughts, and that when something is not in alignment with my belief system, to let it go. It makes me think about, you know, in life, there's so many things that I desire in life, and I am now more mindful about how things that I didn't complete, how that have held me back from really tackling the things that I truly desire. For example, when I didn't complete graduate school, which is something that I have no interest in completing, even though I was really close to finishing, I have no interest in completing it. And I'm okay with that. But I was still thinking about what other people thought, and the fact that there's the perfectionist in me that wants to complete everything. And also thinking about what my mother think, and all that stuff. But then I had to come to the realization that this is something that I really truly am okay with not completing. And this is what was at first was, even though it was something that I initially planned on doing, it's not in alignment where I am, and I am currently doing something that is in alignment to where I am going. It's supporting me in my mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. It's supporting me in being a better LaToya. It's supporting me in being a better wife, just being a better person who is here to serve the higher good. And I'm just thankful. I am really being proactive in sharing what what I share is something that I'm truly experiencing. Just not like I'm just acting telling people this or saying this and then doing something completely different. And I'm realizing that it's important to be true to who I am, and it's okay to meditate on it and write an intention to let it go and to release that so that I can focus my energy on not having guilt and shame for something that I truly did not want to do. Instead, look at the wisdom and the lessons that I learned from that. The lessons that I learned from that situation is to be true to who I am, and to and when I and to be confident in the choices that I make. That's what I learned from that. So it's just a powerful thing of how it's important to release those beliefs, those thoughts, those feelings that no longer serve me, because it's not true. It's not true. It's something that I made up in my head. So that was a really big lesson with that. You see how much came out of that rat being caught by the trap. But it's powerful. And to me, it just shows a reflection of growth, because my husband was so amazed. He was like, we caught that so fast, we got it fast. And I was happy because them things clever. Little critters are clever. But anyway, another thing that I wanted to share is there's different ways to meditate. You can meditate by being still, or you can meditate by exercising, jogging, gardening, anything that allows your mind to be centered and focused and allows the chatter to calm down in the mind is a form of meditation. And one of the ways that it's becoming more popular is the coloring books, even for adults, the adult coloring books, the mindfulness. There's also a tool with the mandala where you can color the different type of designs. The different designs, you can color it and focus on it, and feelings can come up and things like that. So, and the key is to allow those things to come up and then release them. So, and then being able to breathe in a new revitalized energy. But it's really deep. So when I was coloring, and I colored with similar colors. I was focusing on one color, and both of the colors, even though they were similar, they were different. But when I colored them together, it looks the same. It was like it was blended in. It didn't look any different. So it made me think about how, then in my life I can have choices. I can either choose to do things that are of light, or choose things of the darkness, to do things that are beneficial or not beneficial. But the key is to look at it from the perspective of it's all the same. It's just how I respond to it, it's how I view it. So that's how I look at it. Even though, both colors may be orange or blue or red, even though both colors are different types of or red, or different types of blue, or different types of orange, when it's on that paper, it's all blended and all look the same. So it's all about how I view life, how I view my situations that I'm in, how I view decisions that I make. And it's to always make decisions based upon the truth, and to be comfortable and confident in the choices that I make. So that was a big biggie for me, like a little epiphany, like, wow, even though they may appear to be different, they're really the same. And it's really deep. And I was just like, wow, that's pretty cool. But that's all that I wanted to share. I just had to hop on, you feel me? So for the rest of the day, I'm about to make me some oatmeal, raw, excuse me, some raw oatmeal. Me and my husband some raw oatmeal, and then start doing something with our room, like get into our room, making it really a home. I'm looking forward to how we're going to liven this place up. You feel me? I'm looking forward to that. But thank you so much for staying with me this long, and you have a great day.